How's it going out there, YouTubers? Cyberneck Shark here with another new video just for you. So let's get right into this tribute video and see what it's about. So unfortunately, recently, the great C.H.U.D passed away. Actually, just a couple days ago. And he was a great and awesome, versatile actor that was in a ton of movies over his lifetime and was a very good bit actor. C.H.U.D is probably most notable for his portrayal of Kevin McAllister's dad in the Home Alone films 1 and 2. But he also had a wide variety of other roles that he was in throughout the years. He was just a very good, serious actor as well. He also was kind of interesting in what all he could do, because he was really good at playing bad guys or say asshole characters, which he played really well. But then he could also play, you know, endearing characters and all kinds of cool type of characters as well. He was born in Washington, D.C. in 1946. And unfortunately, he was 71 when he passed away. He had just recently had a minor back surgery, so that they're thinking maybe is related to why he passed away, but they're not 100% sure. Some of the films he's been in, I like to go over here. So, he was in the awesome 1980s horror film called C.H.U.D. Now, C.H.U.D, if you're not familiar with that, is cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller. And this was basically like this really cheesy type of like horror iconic comedy movie that just was, it was great. It's a great movie. They actually made a sequel to it, C.H.U.D 2 as well. But it was just a very awesome horror film that I loved. But he was actually in that. Besides that, he was also, like I said, he was Kevin McAllister's father in Home Alone 1 and 2. He also was in a great Goldie Hawn movie called Deceived. He plays, actually, Goldie Hawn's husband in it and plays a really good bad guy. He was also in another 80s horror film called Cat People. Now, a lot of people don't realize Cat People from the 80s is actually a remake of a 1950s movie that was named the same thing. It was actually a remake. It was in Awakenings, which you might know that starred Robert De Niro and Robin Williams, and it's based on the true story of the doctor that basically was able to bring this catatonic patient basically out of a catatonic state. It was like the first on record, and he like performed a miracle basically, which was a great movie. So in the films Big with Tom Hanks, he was also a part of White Chicks, which I find absolutely hilarious. His role in that actually is a bad guy, but he was hilarious in it because you're like thinking, oh, that's Kevin McAllister's dad. What is he? Why is he a bad guy? You know, and it just, that movie's funny as you know, hell. Anyways, it was just a great funny comedy. I love that movie. The Pelican Brief. Now, The Pelican Brief is a Denzel Washington, Julie Roberts film, and it's just a really good, like, psychological thriller drama film. He's been in also was Snake Eyes, which is that Gary Sinise and the awesome Nick Cage film. He was also in Radio Flyer as a police officer that's trying to help Elijah Wood's character and Joseph Mazzallo. He was also in the political comedy My Fellow Americans. If you're not familiar with My Fellow Americans, it was a comedy / political film that starred the great late Jack Lemmon, James Gardner, and the awesome Dan Aykroyd. And it's just a funny kind of comedy film that I don't think it got enough recognition for how good of a film it was. Hilarious sci-fi made-for-movie, TV movie, Sharknado. Oh my gosh. His role in that was absolutely hilarious. I mean, the Sharknado movies are just hilarious anyways. I'll be doing a Sharknado movie review soon because the 5th one's coming out. But it was just a funny role in just a crazy ass movie. It just, that movie cracks me up. It's so funny. Also, in the Bette Midler, Barbara Hershey movie Beaches, I do believe, I haven't seen that film, but I do believe he plays one of the love interests in the film. But it was kind of funny checking out like pictures from the movie because like how young he was at the time. But at the same time, it's another one of those like rom-com type of chick flicks, as they usually call it. But he was also in Beaches as well. A lot of people don't realize that he was actually married 3 times. He was married to Margot Kidder. Margot Kidder you might recognize from the very original Superman movie with Christopher Reeves. She also has been a bit actress in tons of movies over the years, and she was kind of a sex symbol back in the 70s and even into the 80s. But yeah, she was married to John Hurt for a little bit. He was also married to Sharon Hurd, who is an awesome actress as well and model that has been around for a while. Next, also, his third marriage was to Lana Pritchard, who also is an actress too herself. Another cool little factoid I thought was that he was actually in a relationship with Melissa Leo. They ended up actually having a son together. So that was a cool little tidbit. But also, in the end, he was a unique person. He was very interesting. Always in interviews, he was always saying that, yeah, I came into the, industry, I was arrogant, I was, At the same time, he was an awesome actor that did amazing roles, and he'll always be known and be famous for being Kevin McAllister's dad. That really, I believe, is the touchstone or the biggest, role that people recognize him for, especially after he passed. People are like, not Kevin McAllister's dad, But other than that, he was an interesting person, and it's very sad that we lost him because he was a great asset to the acting community. So that's it for this tribute video, people. Thank you for watching as always. Please like, subscribe, and share. As always, keep your eye out for any older or newer videos you might not have seen mine yet, and I'll check in the next one.